Welcome to Shor Machshava on the Daf. We're holding in Menachos Daf Pei. The Gemara in the end of base brings that Levi asked Rebbi a question. And Rebbi was very unhappy with Levi's question. And his response was, it's as if he doesn't have a brain in his head. A very strong lashon. So the Chavas Yair in Siman Kuf Nun Beis, he discussed the fact that we find throughout Shas many times that the Tanoim, the Amoraim, speak to each other in a derogatory way. And he addresses many of them. And one of the things he addresses is the fact that we find that Rebbi tells Levi in two places in Shas. One is in Yevomis Daf Tes, and the other one is over here, that he says, and what's the pshat that that's how Rebbi speaks to Levi? So it explains the Chavas Yair that a Rebbi is teaching a Talmid. He needs to be moichiach talmidoi b'devarim koshim, kedei lezarzum sheyainu v'yashgichu v'yishmeru minatos v'yashgir. So the job of a Rebbi is to teach his Talmid, and sometimes he has to give him very strong words in order to educate him. Adds the Chavas Yair that from here is the source of the halacha brought down the Rambam Shulchan Aruch, that a Rebbi who sees his Talmid saying something wrong, he must be angry on the Talmid. A Rav has to be koyes on his Talmid. What's shot to be angry on the Talmid? Because that's the way to educate him, so he can use these words to educate him. And two hours to add to this Chavas Yair. One is the Yad Eliyahu there in Yevomis. He brings that in many places we find the Rebbi praised Levi. We find the Gemara in Zvach and Talmid Amud Beis, where Rebbi says about Levi, who shall be dvar chachma. He asked me a smart thing, he gave a big praise to Levi. And he brings a Yerushalmi that says that there was a people of a city called Simonio. They asked him to please send us somebody to be the Rav of our town. So who did Rebbi send? Rebbi sent them Levi. So you see how Rebbi is treating Levi like a Rebbi. He's giving him praise when he needs to get praise, and he's giving him a shtach when he needs to give him a shtach. And in Mishnah Zeraron, he adds, the Rebbi was so careful with his words. He never used the word levatala. He never said something where he was not supposed to say it. And he came here out of his way to say words of ein loy moech bet kodkodoi, to come and show which svara is right, which svara is wrong. And from here you see the koyach of what a Rebbi is. A Rebbi is supposed to give a Talmid his direction, his way, how he's supposed to think. And part of how to do it is roik mora b'talmidim. You have to get sometimes upset with the Talmid to come and show him the way. And I can personally add, I'm a Talmid by Rabbi Moshe Shapir Zitzel. And Rabbi Moshe Kayadua was very tough with his Talmidim. You could just go and he wasn't just friendly, smiling, and he would come and he could treat everybody with a hug and a kiss. That was not his derech. His derech was toughness. And if someone wanted to get close to him, he had to work very hard. And if someone said something he learned didn't make any sense, he made him know that he's saying something which is wrong. Because that's the way a Rebbi is teaching a Talmid how to learn. Anyone who wants to join or sponsor the Shor Machshava Shiurim, please email shormachshava@gmail.com.